Hello everyone, it's Josh from TradingPriceAction.com. Today's currency spotlight for November 20th, 2013. We're going to be looking at a couple of currency pairs, and I'm also going to be looking at one possible trade setup that I'm going to ask you guys to see if you guys would take a trade, and if so, and if not, if you wouldn't take the trade, I'm going to ask you why you wouldn't take the trade. So I'm just going to get a little feedback from you guys and see what you guys think of a chart. Alright, so the first chart we're going to be looking at is the British pound Swiss franc on the daily chart. Now if we take a look at this chart, we see this area right here I drew. This line has been a major resistance zone in the past for this chart. We can see that prices have respected it right here with a bunch of wicks hitting it, and price is respecting it. A bunch of wicks hitting it right here, and price respecting it, and again right here, a bunch of wicks hitting it, respecting it, and we have yet to see prices shoot down, but we don't really know what to expect right now. But this is what I'm be looking for. As you can see right here, we have a sandwich trade setup right here with this big bullish engulfing bar engulfing this bar, which is in between this one and this one. Let me read this. Okay, this inside bar, which is in between this bar and this bar, which all three of these bars together make up a sandwich trade setup. So they're just sandwich trade setup, but the thing is, it's right below this resistance zone right here. So that sandwich trade setup is untradeable, but the thing we should be looking for is this: see if prices do break through this resistance zone, and if they do, we're going to be looking for a little retrace back to this broken resistance, turn support, and then we're going to be looking to go long right here. If prices do break through this resistance zone, we can see that there's a lot of open space up here where prices can move freely without any interference. So that's what we're going to be looking for. So if prices do bust through right here, look for a little retrace and then bounce back up right here. That's what we're looking for. Now prices could easily just not even get past the resistance zone since it is pretty strong, and prices could shoot back down. So with that would make it untradeable, but we are going to be looking to see if prices break through, retouch, and then go up. That's what we're going to be looking for. So we're going to be looking at this one right here and not bearish, right? Bearish setup right here. So that's it for this chart on the daily chart. Now we're going to be looking at a couple charts on the 4-hour, and both these charts I'm going to be looking at has to do with Australian dollar. So the first one is Australian dollar Canadian dollar. On this, I highlighted this currency pair in the week ahead. I was talking about how prices right here have been putting a lot of pressure on this support zone, and we should expect prices to break it soon. And as we can see right here, a huge sell-off has broken through this support zone. Now what we're going to be looking for is for prices to retrace back up and retouch this broken support. So since prices have broken through right here, we're going to be looking for prices to come back up, retest this area, and then look to sell after a bearish trade setup right here forms. Now this is a pretty high probable trade scenario that's going to happen, where prices are going to come back up, because if you take a look, we see we have we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and an 8th bearish bar forming right now. That's a lot of bearish bars in a row. So there's bound to be a bullish bar to come out of these next couple bars. So we should expect a bullish bar to be forming in the next bar or two, since there's so many bearish bars in a row that it's just bound to happen. A bullish bar is going to form. So when that bullish bar does form, hopefully it brings prices back up a little bit to this area, and then we're going to be looking for a bearish price action trade setup to form, rejecting this area right here, and then we're going to look to short. So just be keeping your eye on that, since we should be seeing a bearish or bullish bar forming in the very near future. And if we take a look at the Australian dollar US dollar, we see that this is pretty similar to the Australian dollar Canadian dollar, where we have, but this time the support is still being held right here. We can see we have touches here and touches here. And now prices are getting really close again to the support zone. Now again, we have not as many, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4 bearish bars in a row, and then a 5th one forming right here. So what we could expect on this chart is for prices to come down a little bit farther, hit this area, and then form a bullish price action trade setup right off this support zone, and we're going to look to long this if a bullish price action trade setup forms on this support zone. Now this support zone could easily get broken, and in that case we're going to look for price to pull back and retest it, but if prices break through this, I'm probably not going to be looking for that right away. What I'm looking for, like in the very near future, is for price to hit this and bounce back up. So that's what I'm going to be looking for on the Australian dollar, US dollar. Now for this last currency pair, it's going to be on the Canadian dollar Swiss franc 4-hour chart. And now in this chart, I'm going to be showing you a possible trade setup, and I want you guys to take a look at it and tell me if you guys would take this trade or not. If you would take this trade, I would like to know why you would take a trade, what trades. I'm going to tell you what trade setup is for, but I'm just going to say I want to know what you guys think of it. If you guys are going to take it, why? If you guys aren't going to take it, tell me why you're not going to take it. I like hearing what you guys have to say, and I think it's a good way for you guys to learn. So if we take a look here, we see we have this area right here that I drew on, which would act as a resistance zone, and then right here we have a pin bar rejecting this resistance zone. Now that's a pretty good resistance zone. As we can see, we have a touch here, touches all throughout here, a wick touch, a couple wick touches right here, and then right here we have a pin bar that's rejecting it. And would you guys take this trade? Do you think prices would drop down here, or do you think that prices aren't ready to go down here and they're going to go back up? Or do you just think overall this is not a tradable price action trade setup? So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment below. I'd love reading it. Leave reading all your comments. So if you guys leave a comment, I'll definitely read it and reply to yours. And then after I get a couple comments, I'm going to be giving you guys my personal opinion on this trade and telling you guys if I'm going to take this trade or not. So I'm really excited to be reading those comments you guys are going to be leaving. Hopefully I get a couple of them. But that wraps it up for this week's, or for today's currency spotlight. I will be back again tomorrow with another one. And I'm really liking making these currency spotlight videos for you guys, so I hope you guys are liking them also, as I really enjoy making them for you, and I really think that it's a great way for you guys to learn. So that's it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and safe trading, everyone.